it's Lauren again. I know I'm driving, but I was just thinking again about, with dating, how many people understand to look for red and green flags, when you're dating. Because I didn't know when I was dating these guys who weren't right for me. So I just wanted to let you know how important red and green flags are to look out for. If you're consciously wanting to attract the right partner. So I first learned about red and green flags through Dr. Joe Vitale, and I love the concept, but I wasn't aware of it for a while, probably till after I met Michael, when I realized how easy it was and how many green flags there were with us. So I just want to explain a red flag that happened to me, that you may have had a similar situation where, so this was where I was dating a guy. I was thinking of finding a job closer to where he lived so we could be able to spend more time together, possibly move in together. This was another guy I mentioned in my book, actually, guy number 2, who I spent a long time dating, on again, off again, and he was emotionally unavailable and didn't make me feel special or important, or just enough to keep me hanging on. But this particular time, I'd left his house, I'd stayed the night, and I was going to a job interview for this place near where he lived, this workplace. And I was driving and I said, "Dear God, please give me a sign that I'm doing the right thing. This is the right guy for me." And then I forgot I asked for a sign, and then my car skidded off the road. So I wasn't hurt, it just went down in a ditch. A guy saw it happen, he came and ran to my rescue, he'd called the ambulance. I rang, obviously, to cancel my interview, and then I rang my partner and he said he'll be right there. The ambulance beat him and they came and took me out of the car and helped me into the ambulance. So while I was in the ambulance, my partner arrived, and when he arrived, he just popped his head in the ambulance door, like to say hi to me, and that was the only time I saw him. Then I heard talking outside, and then next minute the ambulance people got back in the car and started taking me to the hospital to double check I didn't have any issues from the accident. And I remember thinking, what? Why didn't he come in and see me sitting in the ambulance, talk to me? Why didn't he check if I felt okay? It really made me feel sick and not important. And I started crying, but obviously the ambulance people were there in with me, so I was trying not to cry in front of them, but I was so disappointed. So you'd think that would have been a big red flag for me, that he didn't care enough to get into the ambulance and talk to me and say, "Hey, what happened? Are you feeling okay? I'll be right behind you." Nothing, none of that. So you'd think that would be a red flag. So I just wanted to explain to you guys now that if he's not showing he cares very much, like actions like that, with men or women, then they don't care enough about you, and that's a red flag. So that's a red flag example that I want you to look out for when you're dating. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today, and of course all the best on your journey to finding the love of your life.